First of all, like always, give Nebraska a lot of credit. Um, I thought they played a consistent game for 4 quarters, which isn't what we did. Came out, got down by 21 in the first half. Turnovers continue to be a problem. And not only turnovers, but turnovers for touchdowns. Red zone touchdowns. We got to be better in the passing game. I thought we got our running game going today. Not only traditional running game with the running back, but also with the quarterback. But again, the turnovers hurt us. I thought Will did some really good things, but we gotta be more detailed in the passing game, and we gotta be better in the red zone offense. Some of those balls we just gotta put them in a position where our guys have a chance to go get it. But that's kind of the story, is the turnovers. It continues to be an issue for us, and we got to get it resolved quickly. I thought what we did in the second half was obviously good, and we got to build on that. So a lot of work to do, and open up the questions.
Greg Pickle, and then we'll have Rich Scarcella after that.
James, can you hear me?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
James, how's that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Just curious, how did you evaluate Will's performance? What made you go to him in this game? And is that now his job, or is that going to continue to be evaluated?
Sorry, one more time. One more time, please.
What made you decide to go to Will? How did you evaluate his performance? And is that his job now, or is that going to continue to be evaluated between him and Sean?
Yeah, we're not going to name a starting quarterback right after a game before discussing it as a staff and before, evaluating the tape, watching the tape, and all those types of things. But where we were at in that game, again with the turnovers, with what's going on this season so far, we had to make that change, and I thought Will did some really good things coming in for us. So obviously that'll be a discussion all week long, and I know we'll talk about it later in the week.
Rich Scarcella, and then we'll go to New Bias Woolworth. Rich, there you go.
Yep, James, you mentioned the red zone issues, particularly the last 2 possessions. What didn't you like about those 2 possessions from your standpoint? I think it was you threw 4 incompletions on first down from the 11, and then, of course, the last possession. What didn't you like on those 2 possessions?
Red zone offense is about running the ball and being detailed in the passing game. All the windows are shrunk down. So it magnifies. It magnifies if you're good in the red zone and passing offense, and it magnifies if you got some things to work on. And we didn't make enough plays. We didn't put the ball in a position where our guy had a legitimate chance to get it, or you're going to get the PI. So we got to clean those things up. But we are able to move the ball today, but too many times in the red zone where we didn't come away with points.
New Bias Woolborn, and then we'll go.
What would you say about the running game, particularly Lee, especially, seemed to really get off today?
Yeah, I thought, again, just traditional running game, we were able to get that going today. We moved Will Fries to guard and had Caden at tackle, and I thought that helped us. I think we could build on that. But I thought, a bunch of those young guys, Kevon Lee, Keziah Holmes, both did some good things. Devin Ford did some good things, and then obviously Will was able to make some plays with his legs. But we just, we were more physical up front. We were more consistent up front. And again, you look at the stats. The stats kind of tell a different story than how the game came out. Again, because of the turnovers.
Mark Brennan, and then followed by Tyler Donovan.
James, you've been outscored 93-26 in the first half. I know you mentioned the turnovers of this season. Can Can you put your finger on anything else? Because that's just a huge disparity. It would seem that it would be more than just the turnovers that are leading to that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think early on it was the turnovers and the lack of the running game. But in my opinion, it's the turnovers. It's hard to get into a rhythm. It's hard to get a groove. It's hard to call when you don't have the confidence that you're not going to turn the ball over. So the running game is going to help us. We need to continue to detail the passing game.
Tyler Donahue, followed by Padre.
James, your defense has surrendered 11 scoring drives in the last 3 first halves. What do you think that's attributed to, the slow starts defensively, and where are you searching for most from that defense to take a step forward?
Yeah, if you look back at us in general, opening drives is an area that we need to get better. That's something that I know me and Coach Pry talked about in the offseason. Opening drives and people having a script against us. We've typically done that really since we've been here, but we've been able to kind of get everybody adjusted, calm down, get an idea of what they're trying to do, and go from there. But obviously this year it's made things even more challenging. I thought today, we were able to get some, sacks in the second half and some turnovers, which is another area, that we haven't done a good enough job. We haven't been creating big plays on the defensive side of the ball either with the turnover. So not only do you have the offense turning the ball over, but us not getting enough of them on defense. It's not a winning combination.
Padre and Corey Geiger will follow.
Coach, I know you said you won't name a starting quarterback right now, but just to see Will Levis play the way he did down the stretch, how much does that inspire confidence for your team moving forward?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt about it. He went in and gave us a spark. He made plays in the passing game. I thought he did a good job managing the game overall, and he made some good throws. So we're gonna have to build on that. There's no doubt about it. He was fairly efficient. But we need to be a little bit more, consistent in the details and the things that we're doing. But yeah, I think he definitely gave us a spark and gives us something to build on for sure.
Corey Geiger, followed by Audrey Snyder.
James, can you hear me now?
I can now. Yes,
All right, sorry. One issue the program has had for a number of years is these slow starts in the first half. Are there things that you guys look at internally that aren't just about one game or one series or one opponent, but just things that you're doing in these first halves to get off to slow starts?
Yeah, I understand. I guess it's hard for me, Corey, to say that because for the last 4 years we've been pretty successful. This year, obviously, we're not making enough plays, and we're not playing winning football when it comes to turnovers, and it's been challenging to overcome. But we've played a winning brand of football here for 4 years.
Audrey Snyder, followed by Dave Jones.
James, going off of that number about being outscored in the first half, how would you evaluate the job that Brent Pry has done during these 4 games with this defense?
All of us, the head coach and every assistant, every person in the program. Obviously, we're not doing a good enough job. That's all of us, and it starts with me. That starts with me, and I hope in every single area can be better, and we all gotta do our jobs. But I also know over not only the last 7 years here at Penn State, but over the last 10 years. We've played pretty good defense around here.
Time for 2 more. Dave Jones first and Joe Giuliano second.
James, I know there's some strange circumstances in this season, unlike any other. But do you perceive any difference in this team compared to all your others in the way they get off at the start of the game, especially the defense, tackling, effort, that kind of thing, compared to other teams?
Yeah, obviously we're not tackling well enough. We're not consistent in our tackling. I do know over the last 4 years, that's always been a conversation that we want to tackle better. But obviously, this year with the results, it magnifies everything. All of your issues are magnified. There's no doubt about it. I think the biggest thing for us, in my opinion, defensively, is getting people off schedule and creating turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, tackles for losses and sacks and things like that, which we have not been able to do. But yeah, we're not tackling well, and that's been a discussion, for the beginning of the season till now.
Next question to Joe Giuliano.
James, you didn't have very many penalties in the game, but two of them that were impactful were the personal foul penalty that came before the Nebraska touchdown, and the other was the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that almost took you out of field goal range. What do you have to say about the penalties that maybe where the guys weren't really too disciplined?
Well, I don't know if I would say that about the one. The one was a tackle, and a lot of times I feel like things are late, and I'm our worst critic. I didn't necessarily feel that way on that play. I thought that's one of those that they wouldn't call. It wasn't, to me, blatant, where to me it's a discipline issue. The other one we got to get corrected. All the little extra stuff after every single play, that's got to get corrected. We've been talking about it for 3 years.